Good afternoon and welcome to the Learning Management System tutorial. Several years ago, we started working on this initiative for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, we want to better assist our clients with controlling their outcomes. We are firm believers the better training that is provided, the better control you'll have of your outcomes. The LMS is a great resource for orientation, recurrent, and remedial training. Secondly, we want to continue to deliver valuable services to our customers. We understand third-party learning management systems aren't overly cost-effective, so we thought it would be best if we deliver an LMS as part of your insurance experience. We think this will lead to higher adoption rates and help you impact your bottom line results. The third reason is due to training being the number one recommendation we make as a loss control team. Part of our consultative approach is ensuring that we are delivering solutions to assist our customers with becoming safer. The LMS is another example of a solution that we are delivering to our insureds. There are more than 20 core course offerings that are available through the learning management system. The majority of these offerings are anywhere from 7 to 12 minutes in length, micro-learning, and they're all competency-based, meaning a learner has to achieve at least an 80% or greater to pass a course. We'll be releasing an additional 5 to 7 courses by the end of Q1 2024. You also have the ability to upload all of your own custom content into the LMS. One course that I'd like to highlight is Safer Defensive Driving Methods. This is by far one of the most valuable courses within the system. It's 35 to 40 minutes in length, and it provides learners an overview of defensive driving, the SAFER acronym, and how to apply it while behind the wheel. Our goal is to set you up for success. We want you to understand how to leverage the system as effectively and efficiently as possible. We've created a tutorial guide that hits on the 8 to 10 most important components of the LMS. Shortly, I'll show you where this guide can be located. You also have access to hundreds of eFront knowledge base articles. If you've not registered for the LMS, or if you have, it can be accessed through Copilot. If you log into Copilot and you navigate to the left-hand side, you'll click Resources. Then you'll click Loss Control Dashboard. The tutorial that I had mentioned can be located right here. If you want to register for the system or you've already registered for the system, you'll click Learning Management System. Please allow up to 2 business days for courses to be associated with your account upon initially registering. After registered, you'll be taken to this landing page. To log in to the LMS, you'll click Sign In with SAML, which is single sign-on. There are 3 different access points for the LMS. Number 1 is Copilot, which we just reviewed. This access point is only available to Copilot users, and single sign-on capabilities do exist. The second access point is website. Anyone can log in through the website natl.greatacademy.efrontlearning.com. The third access point is the mobile application. This can be found within the Android and Apple Store. This is only applicable to learners, and we'll talk about the different user types shortly. We'll now be transitioning into a 45-minute overview of the LMS system. Initially upon logging in to the Learning Management System, this is the view a portal administrator will see. Throughout today's call, we'll be reviewing many of the icons listed on the dashboard so your team can understand how to leverage the system most efficiently and effectively. The first item we'll be reviewing today are branches. Branches aren't required, but they are commonly used by motor carriers that have multiple locations. By creating a branch, it allows you to assign a branch to each location that you operate out of. To create a branch, you simply click Branches. Every insured of National Interstate and Vanliner automatically will have a parent branch, and that will be your company. For this example, the parent company is ABC Trucking Zoom Overview. If I wanted to create a sub-branch that reports up to ABC Trucking Zoom Overview, all I would do is click Add Branch. The only piece of information you are required to enter is a name. So for this example, I will enter ABC Trucking Zoom Overview, Memphis, Tennessee Terminal. By clicking Add, it will create that sub-branch. So if I click Branches again, you can see the parent branch is ABC Trucking Zoom Overview, and the Memphis, Tennessee Terminal reports up to the parent branch. Adding users. There are two methods to add users to the learning management system. The first method we'll review is users. This method is most commonly used for adding an individual user to the LMS. If you click users, you can automatically see there are currently 5 individuals dedicated to the system. You have Tim Brewster Test, which is the portal administrator, and then you have 4 additional learners. It'll show you their branch. So these are all users associated with ABC Trucking Zoom Overview, the parent branch, the date they were registered, the last time they logged into the system, and then whether or not that user is active. For example, if Meredith left the operation, you could check this toggle and it would make them an inactive user where they would no longer have the ability to log in. If you want to add a user, simply click Add User. The required information has an asterisk next to it. For this example, we're going to add John Doe's to the system. We strongly recommend the username is always that individual's business email or personal email. That'll eliminate the likelihood for duplicity when it comes to usernames. You'll click Generate Password. This will generate a password for the user. The first time they log into the system, it'll prompt them to change their password. As mentioned, the username and email address should be the same thing. So we'll put johndoes@vanliner.com down here as well. And it's recommended you leave Receive System Emails checked. This will allow the user to be notified a profile has been created, and then in the future, when courses are assigned to that individual, they'll receive email communication. There are 4 different user types. By default, everyone is a learner. Learners only have the ability to complete training. The next level up is an instructor. An instructor can create courses, assign courses, and track user progress. A portal administrator can complete everything that we'll be reviewing during today's call. A subportal administrator has the same capabilities as the portal administrator, but it is specific to the branch they are assigned to. Earlier, we created a Memphis, Tennessee branch. So if I put John Doe's as the subportal administrator for the Memphis, Tennessee branch, John would only have the ability to manage information that falls into that specific branch. You'd scroll down and you'd click Add. So if I click Home, you'll see John Doe's is in the system and he is a learner. The reason John Doe's shows up twice is earlier I also created another John Doe's. If you click on each individual profile, you'll see their username is different. You have John Doe's at natl.com. you have John Doe's at vanliner.com. The second method for uploading users to the system is through a batch upload functionality. To achieve that, you click Maintenance, Import from CSV. Data type automatically defaults to users. These are all the available fields that you can upload into the system, and if you were to click Download Example, there would be an Excel document available. There's also an Excel document that I'll send following this call, and it is also embedded into the Learning Management System tutorial that all clients have access to. The Excel document that we created has the basic information that is required to add a user to the system. Column 1 is login. So it's tbrewster@natl.com. It has the name, Tom, last name, Brewster. You can leave password blank, and then the email again, which is also going to be the same as the login. If you complete the Excel document and upload it to the Learning Management System, it will import that user or those users right into the system. As you can see, one entry was imported into the system. If I click Home, I click Users, you'll see Tom Brewster was added through the batch upload functionality, and he was defaulted to a learner. If I click Tom, because I want him to be a subportal administrator, I would click their profile, scroll down, user type, subportal administrator, and then branch. I'm going to pick the Memphis, Tennessee location. So through the batch load functionality, you could upload hundreds, if not thousands of users at one time. It will automatically default them to learner. And if you wanted to change their profile, you would click users, their name, and then just scroll down to user type. Jobs and groups. These will be the next two categories that we review. If you're an operator, you likely have multiple job types throughout your organization. To create specific job types, you'd simply click Jobs. For this example, I'm going to create a job type by clicking Add Job, and I'm going to label it Mechanics. You can specify that you want this associated with the parent branch, ABC Trucking Zoom Overview, or the subportal branch that we created earlier, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to click Memphis, Tennessee, because that's the only location for this example that has a shop. You can enter a description. You click Add, and then you can specify which users should fall into this job category. So Alex, as an example, who is a learner, if I know he is also a mechanic, I can associate Alex with job category Mechanics. Jobs allow you to efficiently assign courses to a specific job type. So if I've been having a lot of slip, trip, and fall injuries in the shop, I can quickly take avoiding slip, trip, and fall injuries by clicking Yes, and it's going to assign this course to everyone that falls within the mechanic job category. Groups is a very similar function. If you click Groups, you have the ability to add as many groups to your branch as you'd like. You can see I already have two groups that have been created, branch administrators and local drivers. If I want to add an additional group for over-the-road drivers, I would click Add Group. I put a name in for that group. OTR drivers, and I'd create a description if I'd like. If I click Add, the next request is to associate individual learners with the over-the-road drivers group. I know Chris Vasquez and John Doe's are both over-the-road drivers. Similar to jobs, I have the ability to select courses and assign those specific courses by clicking Enroll Members to Courses to those users. The biggest difference between jobs and groups is groups provides you the ability to assign a complete curriculum, where jobs only allows you to assign individual courses. And later on, I'll show that functionality at a greater level. Courses. We will spend the next several minutes reviewing courses. To understand what's available within the learning management system, you can click Courses. These are the courses that are automatically uploaded to the LMS. For example, we have Work Zone Safe Driving, Driving in Fog, Safer Defensive Driving Method, the complete program, in addition to injury prevention courses, 3 points of contact, avoiding sprains and strains, avoiding slip, trip, and fall injuries. If you wanted to better understand what content is associated with a course, you would click the course title. By clicking View More, you'll have the ability to see the length of the course and the objectives. Every one of our courses is competency-based, and it requires at least an 80% to pass. As a portal administrator or instructor, if you wanted to sample the course to understand what content is covered, you could also click Course Content and the SCORM file associated with it.
Welcome to the Avoiding Slip, Trip, and Fall Injuries course. We will be reviewing the role slips, trips, and falls plays in multiple modes of transportation and work environments. Most slips and trips end up in a fall. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, falls are serious and costly. 1 out of 5 falls causes a serious injury, such as broken bones or a head injury. At the conclusion of this training, you will know steps to workplace safety and understand ways to avoid slip, trip, and fall injuries. Please select each icon to learn more about slips, trips, and falls. Slips are typically caused when the traction between footwear and the walking surface is compromised. This can be caused by improper footwear for the job, a wet surface, debris, slick surfaces, and weather hazards, such as snow.
If you decide it is a course that you want to assign to your employees, there are multiple methods to assign the course. The first method is by clicking Users. You can see Meredith and Alex have already been assigned to the Slip, Trip, and Fall course, but if I wanted to assign Chris as well, I would click Enroll Now. You also have the ability to assign courses through jobs. As we discussed earlier, if you bucket individuals into a specific job function, such as mechanics, you click Courses, and you can see this course is already associated with anyone that falls into the job category of mechanic. You also have the ability to assign courses to larger audiences through the groups functionality, which we reviewed earlier. you would click No, and then you would click Enroll Members to Courses. Then any individual within your operation that is assigned to this group is going to be assigned the Avoiding Slip, Trip, and Fall Injuries course. Earlier, I had mentioned curriculums. The curriculum is where you bundle multiple courses into one package. This is commonly used for orientation bundle packages. If you click Add Curriculum, you can name the curriculum as you wish. For this example, we'll name it OTR Orientation. For short description, I'm going to list that this is to be used for over-the-road drivers. If you click Show Advanced Settings, you can check Automatically Assigned to New Users. If you select that and then click Add, every time a new user is uploaded into the system, they will be assigned the curriculum OTR Orientation. Now for the curriculum, you need to determine which courses should be associated with it. We always recommend that courses are cloned and then annotated as the orientation version, and we'll show you the cloning functionality in a few minutes. Prior to this, I already annotated several courses as orientation. So you can see we have Safer Defensive Driving Method Complete Program Orientation Version. If you click No, it's going to highlight it as yes, and that means this course will always be associated with this curriculum. Also meaning anytime a new user is added to the learning management system, they will be assigned this curriculum and this course is associated with it. I also see that Space Management has an orientation version, and Work Zone Safe Driving does as well. If I click Home, I'm going to add a new user to the system to show you that it will automatically assign them that curriculum. Click Add. You can see the courses automatically associated with Bill Smith, the Space Management Orientation version, Work Zone Safe Driving Orientation version, and Safer Defensive Driving Method Orientation version. The next item I'll be reviewing is understanding course status and whether or not individuals completed courses that have been assigned to them. By clicking Home, there are multiple methods to determine user progress. The first is by simply clicking Users. If I click Meredith Crabtree as an example, which is a learner, I'll be able to see the course history by clicking Courses. So Meredith has been assigned Avoiding Slip, Trip, and Fall Injuries. The status is completed. The score was 100%. I can see Avoiding Pedestrian Strikes has not been started as of yet. From this view, you can also scroll down and assign courses to a specific individual if you would like. By clicking Home, you also have greater reporting capabilities under Reports. If you click Users, very similar to what we reviewed a minute ago with Meredith, you're going to see all of the different users in the system. So if we use Chris Vasquez as an example, it shows he's completed 0 out of 2 courses that have been assigned to him. If I click on Chris's name, it's going to show me a more granular view, and it'll show what those 2 courses consisted of. So Chris had been assigned avoiding slip, trip, and fall injuries and safe backing, and he has not started those courses as of yet. You also have the ability to run a report on individual curriculums by clicking Curricula. I can see the only curricula that I've developed is OTR orientation, which we developed a few minutes ago. 0 out of 1 individuals that have been assigned it have completed the curriculum. If you click the name of the curriculum, it'll take you to a more granular level so you can see which user has been assigned it. So I can see Bill Smith has been assigned it and he has not completed it. And there are 3 courses associated with the curriculum. If I click Bill's name, it's going to show me which 3 courses are associated with it. Space management orientation, work zone safe driving orientation, and then safer defensive driving methods. These are the 3 courses, and he has not completed any of the 3 as of yet. By clicking custom, you can also create custom reports that can be emailed to you on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. One other item I want to point out within the reports is specific to users. You have a mass action capability. If you wanted to automatically enroll all users to a course, you could do so by clicking Enroll the Course, and you would select the course that you want to mass assign to every user within the system. You can also add users through the mass action functionality to groups. If you click courses, you have a very similar functionality with mass actions. If you click mass actions, you can see I can add courses to a specific group, to a branch, to a job, or I can remove courses from a job or a group in a very similar fashion. I'll be spending an additional few minutes running through course capabilities. The great thing about the learning management system is you have the ability to upload custom content, and you also have the ability to clone our courses and change the settings to meet your individual needs. When you click courses, you'll see all of the offerings that are available through the LMS. The key takeaway that I'd like all learners during today's call to leverage is the importance of cloning. All original courses within the system will be annotated NI. Anytime that you are going to use a course for orientation purposes, certification purposes, or for ongoing training throughout the life cycle of employment, we recommend you clone a course. For example, you can see the Avoiding Slip, Trip, and Fall Injuries original course is right here. It's annotated NI. Earlier, I cloned the course and I changed the name to Avoiding Slip, Trip, and Fall Injuries -Q4 2024 Recurrent Training, knowing that this is the training I'm going to push to all employees during Q4 2024. If I take space management and I clone it for recurrent training purposes, I would simply click the clone function. It'll notify me the course was cloned and linked. If I click close, all I do is select the pencil. We recommend you always keep the original course name, space management, but you annotate it for the purpose that you'll be using it for. For this example, I'm going to label it Q1 2024 recurrent training. Because I know this is the training I'm going to push to all employees this quarter. If I scroll down and I hit update, that course, when I click courses, is now part of my course library. So if I wanted to assign this course to all employees for Q1 2024 recurrent training purposes, I could simply click Home, go to Reports, click on Users, click Mass Action, and enroll all users to a course. I know I want to assign them to the Q1 2024 training. So I would scroll through until I locate it. It is right here. I'd hit Submit. And now all 9 employees have been assigned that training. And as I mentioned earlier, you have the ability to look at course status. So if I were to click Courses, and I scroll down, I'm going to find the 2021 training. Space management, 0 out of 6 individuals have completed it. If I click it, it will show me the individuals associated with that course. Not one of the individuals has completed it as of yet. If I click Home, I'm also going to create a course for orientation purposes. I know I want all new hires to go through driving and wet weather education. If I click Clone, again, it'll tell me I successfully have cloned the course. It's right here, driving in wet weather. I'm going to click the pencil, and I'm going to change the title. Again, I'm going to keep the original naming convention, driving in wet weather, but I'm going to annotate it that this is the orientation version. If you scroll down, since this is the orientation version, you have the ability to click Advanced Settings. Similar to curriculums that we discussed earlier, where you can assign a curriculum to every new hire that is entered in the system, if you do not want to assign a curriculum, you can click Automatically Assign to New Users from an individual course perspective. You would check that, you'd scroll down, and you'd hit Update. Moving forward, all new users that are added to the system would automatically be assigned the Driving in Wet Weather Orientation Version course. I'm going to click Home one more time and clone one additional course. One of the most valuable courses within our learning management system is by far Safer Defensive Driving Method, the complete program. This is the most comprehensive course we have to offer our insureds. I'm going to clone this course because I know it is a key course that I want to assign to every single new hire. By clicking Clone, it's going to tell me it's successfully cloned, and it'll move it directly to the top. I'm going to click the pencil, and I'm going to change the naming convention to Certificate Course. If I scroll down, I'm going to click Show Advanced Settings, and I'm going to automatically assign it to new users because I want every new user to complete this course prior to operating a motor vehicle. But since I know this course is paramount, I want each individual user to complete it at least on an annual basis. And I do not want to have to remember myself that users need to complete it, so I want to set and forget. If you scroll down to certification, you could select the default template. Then you need to select how often you want this course to be completed. I'm going to select years. Every single year, I want this course to automatically reassign 2A users. So I'll check reassign. If I want them to be notified, it's going to be 6 days prior to expiration. Or if I wanted to go 15 days prior to expiration, they will be notified. You can either have it renew their existing certificate or issue a new one. I'm going to click, for the purposes of this demo, renew existing. If I click update, this course will now be assigned to every single new user that is uploaded into the system, and then every single year it is going to reassign the Safer Defensive Driving Method course to users. If I click home, I'm going to show you one last functionality, and that is creating homegrown content within the LMS. To create a custom course, you select Courses. Then you select Add Course. I'm going to label this course Distracted Driving. You can also enter a short description if you'd like that outlines the length the course is and the learning objectives. If you click on Show Advanced Settings, there are multiple capabilities. One item is, if you'd like to automatically assign this course to new users, you can check that box. You can also set how long the course is available for after date of assignment, or you could put date ranges the course is available. I'm going to click Add. If I wanted to add content from a website, I would click Add Content, and then I would add a unit. For this example, I'm going to put a video from YouTube into the learning management system. The unit name is going to be NSC, National Safety Council, Distracted Driving Video. For source, I'm going to put it's a URL. I'm going to put that URL from YouTube in, and then I'm going to click Embed. It's automatically going to embed the video from YouTube into the learning management system. I'm going to hit Save, and I'm going to go back to Distracted Driving the course to continue to build it. A video is great, but we believe in competency-based training. So I'm going to add a few questions into the course to ensure that people view the video and they understand the importance. If you click Add, you can add a test. I always recommend naming the test the same thing as the course. So the course was labeled Distracted Driving, so I will also name the test Distracted Driving. If I click Show Advanced Settings, I can put a time limit on the test, how many times an individual can repeat it, the score I want them to achieve. As I mentioned earlier, all of our homegrown content that you have access to is an 80% completion and success rate, where if you wanted to set yours at 80 as well, you would just click 80. You also have the ability to change the individual settings associated with each individual course. I'm going to hit Save and Select. Now I'm going to add a question to the National Safety Council Distracted Driving video that I've uploaded into the LMS. You have the ability to add multiple question types: empty spaces, free text, multiple choice, single answer, matching, true and false. For this example, I'm going to click single answer. So the question I'm going to put is, The three distraction types are cognitive, manual, and visual, fatigue, cell phones, and conversations. And I'm going to add an additional option, cognitive, mental, and manual. And one more is all of the above. Then I needed to select which response is correct, and that is cognitive, manual, and visual. I hit Save Question, and then it brings me back to the area where I can continue to add questions if I'd like. For this demo, I'm only going to associate one question with the video, but you could associate as many questions with the video as you'd like. If I click Distracted Driving, which is going to take me back to the course I've created, if you'd like to demo the course to understand what an employee would go through, you click NSC Distracted Driving Video.
Someone had fun today. Hey, sweetheart, everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. How's our little guy?
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Looks like I'm stuck working late tonight. Probably won't be home until closer to 8.
Oh, that's okay. I have got a laundry list of emails to send out.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Yeah, he did great. We had so much fun today.
If
Played,
I die
played,
before I wake,
tried over and
Following the video, they would click Complete and Continue. And then it's going to show there's one question associated with this video. The question is, the three distraction types are, I'm going to click Cognitive, Manual, and Visual and submit the test. You can see it was passed. The score was 100%. I'm going to show one additional example of uploading custom content. For this example, I'm going to upload dash cam footage to a custom course. I'm going to click Courses, then Add a Course. I'm going to name the course Preventability Determination. I'm going to scroll down and click Add. This gray box can be utilized to drag and drop content into the LMS. When you drag and drop content, it's automatically going to associate that content with the course. For example, you could drag and drop a PDF version of your policies and procedures into the system and then push them to all of your employees. For this example, I'm going to drag and drop an MP4 file, which is dashcam footage. You can see it's downloading along the top. If I click refresh, you'll see the MP4 file is associated with the course content for preventability determination. As I mentioned earlier, we're firm believers in competency-based training. We don't want to only push a video to an individual. We want to push a video and then test their knowledge by asking several questions following the content. To add a quiz, you'd click Add Content, then select Add Test. The name I recommend is the same as the course name, so Preventability Determination. I'll hit Save and Select Questions, and then I'll add a question to the course. For this example, I'll use a true and false. This accident was preventable. I'm going to put true because it was a preventable accident, and I'll hit Save Question. When I go back to the course by clicking Preventability Determination, if you'd like to preview it, you would click the course content. And this is what an employee would view if you assign them the course. After the video concludes, you'd hit Complete and Continue. And you'll see there's one question associated with this course, so you'd hit Start. This accident was preventable. We all know the correct answer is true, but I'm going to click False and submit the test. You can see the course was not passed, a 0%, and I completed it on 1/15/2024. As an end user, they have the ability to repeat the test as many times as they'd like. But as a portal administrator, you can change the settings where individuals only have one attempt, or you could give them multiple attempts. That is your choice. If I click on Preventability Determination and go back to the course, I could quickly go to Users and then assign it to any of the users that are within the branch. The custom content is great for creating orientation training, recurrent training, or for remedial purposes. If you think about that dash cam footage, that would be a great resource after an individual's involved in an accident. You can push it to them with several questions to test their knowledge, and then you have all of the documentation of the remedial training. Or if you wanted to push it out to your fleet as a whole, and it's an external facing video, it's great information to share with everyone else because it's relevant to what they do on a day in and day out basis. The last item we'll be reviewing during today's call are notifications. There are multiple notifications built into the system, and you can see which notifications are activated, such as access requests to courses, and then which notifications are deactivated, such as branch administrator requested activation for user. We'll use Course Enroll as an example. To better understand the notification, you can select Course Enroll. It'll show you who the recipient is. For this alert, it's going to be the end user, also known as a learner. It'll show you the subject line of the email, which is welcome to the course, and then it'll list the specific course name. And then it'll show you the body of the email the end user will receive. You now have access to the course and the course name. They'll also have the ability to access the course through the email by clicking Click to access it. If you click Notifications, I'll show you one more example. If you scroll down to Certificate Expires, this would be used for something such as the Safer Defensive Driving program that we made a certificate. The recipient for this course will be the end user. You can see they're going to receive this email at the time the certificate is initially issued, a month prior to the certificate expiring, a week prior to the certificate expiring, and then 1 day prior to the certificate expiring. You have the ability to change when these notifications are sent. We covered a lot of information during today's call. We appreciate your willingness to learn about National Interstate and Vanliner Insurance's learning management system. If you have any questions, please email losscontrol@natl.com or contact your dedicated loss control representative. Thank you.